Welcome back. Let's get some international news now and take a trip around the world in 5 with Amarachi Ubani.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has won a 5th term in office after his main challenger, former army chief Benny Gantz, conceded defeat. Mr. Netanyahu had already been predicted to win a 5th term, already celebrating his victory. Dana Vucinovic sent in this report earlier.
The celebration started early.
זה לילה של ניצחון אדיר, אדיר.
On stage with his wife, Benjamin Netanyahu told his supporters it was a night of colossal victory. Elsewhere in Tel Aviv, his main rival, Benny Gantz, a former military chief, was also in high spirits.
בבחירות יש מפסידים, בבחירות יש מנצחים, ואנחנו המנצחים.
In elections, there are losers and winners, he said, and we are the winners. By morning, though, there was no clear result, and the realization that Netanyahu was likely to be returned to office generated a mixed reaction.
I got what I wanted. Just because, in my opinion, there's no better alternative.
I was quite stunned and sad. I think I'm a bit naive because I thought there'd be a change here.
I'm really very happy about it. I'm very pleased about it because I think Netanyahu is a great leader.
I'm devastated, absolutely devastated. We're surrounded by right-wing radical people who want to annex more territories. In this part, we're never going to have peace.
Palestinians are also worried about their future.
This was a vote to maintain the status quo, to maintain apartheid.
Netanyahu, who's also facing possible criminal charges after a series of corruption scandals, could be looking at days, possibly weeks of negotiations as he tries to pull together a coalition government. Dana Vucinovic, Channels Television News.
Armed robbers have escaped with millions of euros in cash following a heist in Albania. Police say the masked men broke into the international airport and grabbed bags of money being loaded onto an Austrian Airlines plane. Police killed one of the gunmen during an exchange of fire. Initial reports suggest around 2 million euros was stolen, but local media believe that figure could be 5 times higher. New Zealand's parliament has voted to ban semi-automatic weapons and assault rifles. The gun reform bill, which passed 119 to 1, is expected to become law within the next few days. It comes less than a month after 50 people were killed by a gunman at 2 mosques in Christchurch.
I could not fathom how weapons that could cause such destruction and large-scale death could have been obtained legally in this country. I could not fathom that.
Protesters have returned to the streets of Algiers, demonstrating against Parliament's appointment of Abdelkader Ben Salah as the interim president of Algeria. It follows a rally yesterday where police tried to disperse crowds using water cannon and loud sirens. The protesters are demanding the immediate removal of the old guard, those associated with the former president, Abdelaziz Bouteflika. In Khartoum, Sudanese soldiers were saluted by demonstrators as they marched through the capital. They're being praised for protecting protesters who've been holding a sit-in since Saturday. Demonstrators blame the government for fueling an economic crisis and are calling for President Omar al-Bashir's resignation. More than 50 people have been relocated by the United Nations Refugee Agency following clashes near the Libyan capital, Tripoli. They were being held in a detention center and have now been moved to a safe zone as fighting continues. Eastern Libyan National Army forces are trying to take control of the city from an internationally recognized government. And finally, scientists have unveiled the first ever real image of a black hole. Located in a galaxy far, far away, it's 3 million times the size of Earth. A black hole's gravitational field is so strong it swallows everything into oblivion, and light cannot escape. So until now, securing a photo has proven elusive. The picture was taken by a network of 8 telescopes around the world and shows a halo of dust and gas tracing its outline. And that's your international news around the world in 5. I am Amarachi Ubani.
Thanks, Amarachi. Science is amazing. And we move over to sports. Here's Olumide Macaulay.
Thank you, Ijoma, and welcome to Sports News. The Nigeria Football Federation has asked 5-time world champions, the Golden Eaglets, to return with the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations trophy as the team arrive in Tanzania for the championships. The Golden Eaglets booked their place at the event after winning the WAFU Under-17 tournament in Niger Republic in September last year, and will be aiming to be one of Africa's 4 flag bearers at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. In the UEFA Champions League, Luke Shaw's first half-own goal has handed Barcelona the advantage as Manchester United suffered a frustrating 1-0 defeat in their Champions League quarter-final first leg at Old Trafford. The United left-back gave Barca a deserved lead on 12 minutes when he deflected Luis Suarez's header into his own net. Arsenal manager Unai Emery says his team need to be together and strong for their Europa League quarter-final first leg match against Napoli in London tonight. Arsenal come into the match after suffering a disappointing 1-0 loss at Everton in the English Premier League on Sunday. And that's it on Sports News. Ijoma is back now.
Thanks a lot, Olumide. And the main news again. The Senate today called for stronger measures to end killings by bandits in Zamfara, as some lawmakers demanded the declaration of emergency in the troubled state. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Kenyato. You have a good night.